You know what sucks about making brisket? The amount of time it takes to make a great brisket. We got the shot you're looking for. I mean, I'm not even touching it. It's like magic. In most cases, you've got to plan it out. Sometimes you've got to set your alarm and wake up early to get that brisket on. Other times you've got to stay up super late. What if I could show you an easier way? Cue the intro. What's up, brisket fans? Welcome back to Patio. My name's Jake. You're watching Mama Cook. Today on the channel, we're knocking out another brisket. Now, in our last brisket video, I mentioned I had an offset on order. It actually starts production in about a month, so I should have it with any luck within 2 months, and I'm looking forward to it. But you know, the barbecue club called me up and said, listen, Jake, if you don't step up your brisket game, we're gonna kick you out of the club. So before I get my offset, I've been trying to knock out some briskets, but I got things to do, right? Briskets take a long time to cook. They take a little bit of babysitting. We're doing this completely different. Instead of putting in the work, we're not putting in any work. Let me bring you up to speed. So earlier this week, I picked up the biggest brisket they had at Costco. It's a prime brisket, 18.5 pounds. I didn't really look at it. I'm just like, oh, it's 18.5 pounds, we're good. Ran out of there, threw it in the fridge. And then last night, I'm carving this bad boy up. And let me tell you, first, I got, I already had some salt and pepper, pre-mixed 50-50, and about maybe 9 months ago or so, Chud's Barbecue did this video where he talked about all the different things that the barbecue joints are doing, and one of them was seasoned salts. I've seen a couple other channels pick this up recently, and they're raving about it, so I'm like, all right, I gotta make some of that up. So I took what I had, I fresh ground some pepper, then I added some seasoned salt to it, and we got our mix together. Then I unpackaged my brisket, and now the camera is only looking at the brisket. If you could see my face, I was like so frustrated because I'm looking at this thing, I'm carving, I'm getting into it deeper, and I told you guys, I'm no brisket expert, and I'm looking at the sides of this thing, and the amount of fat and how hard that fat was, I was like, man, like, I gotta keep cutting, and I just kept cutting and cutting and cutting, and I got it down to a point where I felt like I could have went some more, but I just decided that I'd carved enough out, so I better just leave it alone. And it was looking fugly, if I do say so myself. I was frustrated. I said to my wife, I said, this brisket's horrible. Part of me just wanted to throw it out. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. So what I said is, like, worst case scenario, we'll eat the flat. So anyhow, I got this ugly looking brisket. We seasoned it up. We used some Worcestershire sauce as a binder. We seasoned it up nice, and then I let it sit there for 45 minutes. We came outside to the Yoder. I put a fresh 20-pound bag of Bear Mountain oak pellets in there. It was cold last night. It went down to the low 40s. So this guy's been going all night. It's actually been going for 13 hours now, and I haven't touched it. Here's what we did. I put this on at 8:30. I went to bed. It's now 9:30, 20 to 10, quarter to 10 now, and I have not touched it. Now the temp's saying 179 where the probe is. I haven't even used my thermopen here to kind of feel it out. It doesn't really matter. It's been on a long time. And again, I didn't do anything. Just let it do its thing. So now what we're gonna do is, well, let's have a look. It looks really good. I'm really happy with the way it looks. It looks more like a brisket. There's obviously this big fat area that I was talking about. We put it on the top shelf. Let's get out our thermopen. Kind of feel it. Ooh. So we're 168 right there. 173. Oh man, this thing, let me tell you, it almost feels done the way it is. So she might not look the prettiest, but I got a feeling she's gonna be good. Again, Thermapen, if you guys don't have one, you should get one. Every barbecue channel you see, they have one of these. And my sister actually bought me one about 15 years ago. I've been using them ever since. That's my second one. But it's great to have. Works good to check your temperatures. They actually have the one which is a step up from that, and I'll put a link below. It's actually, I think it's on sale right now for 20% off. Anyhow, even if it's not on sale, it's worth the money. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna wrap this guy up. I haven't spritzed this. I should mention that. I have not spritzed this or done anything. We're gonna get ready to wrap this guy up. And again, the whole purpose of this is I got things to do. I'm actually running errands all day. So I'm not gonna babysit this at all. Let me just put my coffee here. You know, it's not rum and coffee, it's just normal coffee. We're gonna put a little bit of beef tallow here. Now you could give this a spritz. With how tender this is, you might not even need this. I have it, so we're gonna use it. Now, I've got cotton gloves underneath my black gloves that'll protect me from the heat. So, get my coffee out of the way here. I'll tell you what, it smells good. So the big thing here is wrap it tight, right? We don't want any steam getting into it, ruining our bark. And just like that, we're ready to put it back on. We're gonna put the point back towards the stack. It's right in the middle. We'll go in about the same area. And that's that. So what are we gonna do now? Well, like I said, I'm not putting in the work today. I got other things to do. So we've turned this up to 250. Remember, if you're doing this, you gotta add more pellets, especially if it's cold outside. I'm gonna add some more pellets. On my phone, I'm gonna set up a program now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the pit probe to tell the Yoder what to do. So now, once the meat hits 200, I'm gonna tell the Yoder to come down to 160. We're gonna have some carryover. It's gonna take a little bit of time for the pit to come down to 160. So we'll probably end up in that 203, 204 area once it's done. But it should be done, I don't know, in maybe 3 or 4 hours. Then it'll come down on its own. I can come home. It'll have rested for at least an hour if my timing's right. Maybe 2 hours, depending on when it gets the temperature. I'll let you guys know. But it's gonna get its rest in there, no problem. Depending on how long it rests, I may take it off and wrap it in a towel and let it rest for a little while. It might be dark out when we do this. Tough to say. It is the fall, it's getting dark here like 6:30, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm gonna get all my errands done today, and I'll bring you back and I'll let you know how long it took. The moment of truth, as they say. So let me bring you up to speed. It's been 6.5 hours since I left. Did a couple things at the house, left, got an alert on my phone. Brisket hit 200 and slowly did his thing, right? So it took just over 2 hours, right around 2 hours for the brisket to come up to 200. The pit slowly came down and the brisket rose up in the temperature to 203 degrees, 203.7 to be specific, and then slowly came down. So once the Yoder hit right around 170, 160, this guy slowly started to come down in temperature. I gave it about an hour and 45 minutes in there before I got home. And then once I got home, I decided to take it out and wrap it. It's been another hour and it's time to see how we made out. So I didn't put this in a cooler or anything. It is double wrapped. One old towel so I don't get yelled at. And when, not newer towel, but not a nice towel by any means, but you can see that it definitely leaked a little bit through there. So let's pull this guy out. And where are we at here? This way. That, my friends, is a pretty darn good looking brisket, even though it looks a little odd considering how I trimmed it. The fat's got some nice stick to it. I'm feeling pretty confident. There's only one way to tell how we did. Let's cut into it. Let me see if I can do this in the angle of the camera for you. Cuts very, very easily. Beautiful smoke ring. I mean, look at the smoke ring on that guy. Obviously sat in the smoke for a little while. A little crunch on the bottom. Super juicy. I mean, you can see, I don't believe in pushing my meat. I'll get you a bigger piece to give you the dangle test, but it definitely pulls apart good. It hangs the way we're looking for. Let me get in here a little deeper. Now you can start to see the shots you're looking for where the fat's dripping down. But look, I think we improved over last time. Got some good pull. There's the point. Oh yeah. We got progress. Much better. The one I did last time was good. Many of you commented and said, you take it, no problem. And it was good, don't get me wrong, but it was more fall apart than I was looking for. You're looking for a texture. This is far closer. This is great. The smoke ring is phenomenal all the way around. So this guy here, really a great brisket. The best thing about it, I didn't have to babysit it, right? You could do this during the week, depending on your work schedule. You really just need 12 hours in the smoker. So put it in at 7, at night at 190, get up in the morning, wrap it at 7, go to work all day, make sure it turns down at 200 degrees, and then when you come home, you've got great brisket. This was the easiest brisket I've ever done. It's one of the nice things about a pellet grill. You've got a little bit of technology to help you out. You know, on an offset, the Kamado can't really adjust the temperature remotely. You could, if you use like a barbecue guru or something, that might be a little experiment to try. I didn't think about that. But when you've got a Yoder and you've got the ability to log in and just change the temperatures remotely, it works out great. We peaked right into our 203.7. Perfect temperature. We ended up with perfect texture. I'm really happy with this. Let's have a look at the point. Let's get this out of the way for you. Somewhere back in here. You know what? Yeah, somewhere back in here. We got the shot you're looking for. I mean, I'm not even touching it. It's like magic. Juice is just running out of it. I mean, that That's a great looking brisket. Yeah. Definitely can't complain about that. A little crunchy on the bottom on the end. That was the side that was closest to the chimney. Try not to pull apart the bottom here. I'm just going to pull that off. There's one little crunchy part that's coming through. I got rain coming in. Story of my life lately when I've been filming. But that, look at the moisture there. Got a little barky bark. Full of moisture in there. Quite happy, honestly. When I saw the looks of this brisket when I was carving it up, didn't know what I was getting myself into. That is delicious. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a hit. Let me give myself a little pat on the back. Thank you very much. I told you guys before, I have not done a ton of briskets, so when something turns out like this, it's something to be proud of. This is all about, this is what cooking is all about. Stepping up your game. I don't know everything, so lots of times when I'm on camera, I'm learning something new at the same time. So this is a win-win for both of us. Now I know I've done a lot of briskets and a lot of cooks lately on the Yoder. We're gonna do our next brisket on the Komodo Kamado. I've got to do some briskets. I got to get ready for the offset, and I have not done one on there in quite some time. So we'll do a video of it. But we're doing lots of other things. If you like what you saw today, give it a thumbs up. Support the channel. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe down below. And while you're here, you can check out a couple more of these videos. There's lots coming. We're doing new videos every weekend. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you soon.